Hey guys, I wanted to do something. I got a show planned for tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but I didn't feel good earlier. But this has to be gotten out. Okay. What I'm about to show you has to be told. Because
This has to be gotten out.
Sorry. So people look at something and they don't really pay attention to what they're looking at. Okay. So I want to show you this. Right here, it's called Events Surrounding a Second Amendment Saving a Life in Olympia, Washington. I'm going to show you something. And I got to here and I decided, I'm going to go live with it. Because these two people are your perpetrators. Okay? They're your perpetrators. Now, we know that if you go to do anything to Antifa or any one of their members, they're going to be there to take you down. Remember what happened in Kenosha? When that boy, shot someone, they all went running after that person, didn't they? They all went running after him. Now, you're going to see something, and they're trying to make it look like they're mega people wearing mega hats. This right now, President Trump has said it. Sidney Powell has said it. General Flynn has said it. A lot of people have said it. And today it was mentioned again in the hearing. This is a coup. We are in fight for this country right now. This has nothing to do with presidents. This has not one thing to do with presidents anymore. This has to do with this country's liability to stay alive and to function like a country should function without tyranny and without being a third world country. So I wanted to show you this because they're going to be pulling out all kinds of stops. They knew someone would be filming them. So as you see, and I'm going to show you this, okay? This right here is your Antifa. They're in black. Most of them are wearing black shirts, black pants, black shoes, black hats. Or they're wearing hoodies that are black. Some might be wearing a gray scarf or a gray hat. Some might have a red shirt on. Black helmets, black umbrellas, black flags. You getting where I'm going at? Everything black. Black and red is their color. All right. Now I want to show you something. Okay. Now, whoever this is, it's this person they call themselves media and conservative something, and he's allowed to be here. First off, let me explain to you about conservative. They're allowing him to be there. They don't even want the reporters there because of the things they do. So, but somehow or another, this person got to be there. And she waves at him. They're coming for trouble. They got shields. They got pipes, probably knives. We know from this video, they got guns. Just watch it. Now, I take it he's holding this and it's a megaphone. He's got red shirt and red flannel, and a little red here. There's a little red among there because there's red in their flag. So, but when they go out for whatever, they're in total black. Let me see something. I just thought I seen something. Okay. Now it's going to start getting very interesting here. Here they go. They know where they're going. He's got something up in his hand. They're already going to engage as soon as they get through this area. Now, you have the Trump supporters and the Trump voters. They're marching down the street with their flag. They have a right to. And then you have, here they are coming around from the back like sneaky little rats. Okay. They got shields, pipes. They're coming to start fight. They're coming to start a fight. Why would you go around and secretly come in from behind them, but from another direction where they don't see you coming? That's a strategic move in battle. And here they go. Here's the Trumpsters, different colors. They got some dark colors on, but they got jeans. And they see these guys coming. There's the blue flag. I guess that's the police, for the police officers. And then there's an American flag. Here we go. They keep walking. They're like, we don't want no trouble. There's the police departments. Now just watch. They're starting to pick up pace. They're starting to get faster now. Police department is acting like no big damn deal. Here we go. Right here, State Patrol. Go figure. They just shut off where they can't get to the federal buildings. Let them fight among themselves. It's sad, ain't it? You're in the state capital city, and you ain't safe. That's sad. Now pay attention because it's about to go down. See, that's what bothers me about this person doing this video. They hurry up and take it off when they see something they shouldn't have seen. Here we go. Red hat. Boom. Amongst all them Natifas. See, don't mess with somebody that used to go over Vegas with a fine-tooth comb. It doesn't pay you to do that. So here it is. Watch. You see this red hat here, right? See it? Where my mouse is pointing? You see that red hat? That red hat right there is what's about to start the trouble. Now I'm going to start this back over. Okay. Pay attention to what I'm about to tell you because I'm going to show you how I do this. When I go to play it, I'm going to let it play. You watch this group coming in. Soon as this guy right here is videotaping these guys coming out and he sees the red hat, he jerks the camera away. But he calls himself, and this is what you need to understand, the common sense conservative. Well. So watch him. When he sees that red hat, he turns the camera off real quick. Watch. Zooms in. There's the red hat. Oh, got to take it off and turn it off. You see what I'm talking about? This is what I told Kim earlier today when she sent that to me. She says, now we're being accused of shooting people. Wow. I said, and she gave me the link. I said, oh, yeah, I've already went over this video. So watch how the camera person acts again and went to a whole new set. Okay, this person, the conservatives know who these are. This guy who gets waved at by the Natifas, who is not being thrown down or told to get out of here because they don't need, this is their conservative person. So here we are. I want you to watch it again. This is what I do. I sit and do this stuff all day long. Watch him again. I'm going to let it play all the way through. He's going to see the red hat and he's going to shut the damn camera off. Watch. Here it goes. He's going to zoom in to make sure he sees that hat. Right there. Well. Conservative. Ain't that something? Now, they're all getting to the parking lot. Over here is the Antifa. Okay. They're getting to the parking lot. They're trying to get in their cars and get the hell out of here. There's not enough of them to take on that whole crowd. So you see them running. They're running to their cars. They don't want no trouble. Watch. See? They want the hell out of here. Look at this guy right here. Okay. You see an arrow pointing. Well, this channel or this person that's filming this, and I'm using this, he can't copyright me because this is by the Fair Use Act, because I'm commentarying on it. So here, this guy's sneaking, he's pointing an arrow. This guy here can take the camera, and he's very quiet. He never speaks. He can take the camera and go around areas and get in certain situations where he can see what's going on and not even smack down like Antifa's been doing people who's been live streaming them. Yeah, set up. Watch. People are getting the hell out of there. Now he just went off the parking lot and he went straight to the fight that was over here before these people started clearing out. See, this here, he spliced his video. This here is people getting the hell out of here before the fight. How is he right here filming? And all of a sudden, if you notice with the video, all of a sudden it chops off and it goes to the fight. Okay. He spliced his video. Hard to know. Okay. So watch this. You're going to see this shut off again. And all of a sudden a whole new situation. How did he get from point A to point G without going through B, C, D, E? See what I'm saying? Watch. He's splicing this video. Look right here. They're fighting. They got spray. They're spraying the mega people. They want to get the hell out of there. There ain't enough of them to take. Look at this. This is Obama's minions. Obama and Biden and Harris, because Harris said they're going to take to the streets. They're not going to stop. In the next few days, guys, make sure you got water. Make sure you got food. You got batteries, flashlights, candles. You got a way to heat your home. Make sure your gas tank and your cars are tapped off, because shit's about to hit the fan in the next few days. We're in a coup, guys. We're in war. This is not a lie. This is not, I'm making it up. So I'm going to show you this one more time, because since the DC police couldn't handle it, I'm going to show it. Okay. So they're attacking these people. Did you hear the shot? See, when the Antifa come at you, they don't come to you to have a conversation. They come to attack you. The Trump voters are not that way. As they call us, the Trump tards, I guess that's what we are now. We're not that way. Shit's about to hit the fan hard, guys. It's going down. Because I got a message from I'm finding a lot going on. I called my governor today. And I told him, if you involve this state and you have signed on for the refugee resettlement in this state, when we've got people who's lost jobs, losing their homes, losing their cars. I just had to send a grocery bag full of food to the school because they're taking up food for a family that's lost everything. I didn't have to do it. I wanted to do it. But the point being, we are trying to take care of people in our own area. After the COVID scare, which we know that was used to take this election. And if Biden was to get office, which he's not, you can see COVID would disappear. See? So here it is. He's wanting everyone to wear the mask for 100 days. Not going to happen. We're not going to stay locked up. We're going to do what our governor told us to do. And what I told my governor's office today when I was talking to him, you do that refugee resettlement, you will be voted out. Well, I will get signatures to make sure we replace you. We can't take in extra when we're taking care of our own right now. So you better care about the Missourians before you're trying to add to the mix. They're bringing in Syrian refugees in several states, guys. It's called the refugee resettlement. And that state that takes them in will get tons and tons of money. We voted Blunt out. And we got Senator Hawley, who today in the hearing, I was very proud of him. So now let's finish this off real quick here. They don't care if you're female. Now, this guy, he's just trying to get them to go back off her. They're spraying her with all kinds of, pepper spray. He's like, stop. She's trying to get out. She wants to get away. Now, pay attention. Let's go back. Hold on, right here. That's not a gun in her hand. That is a cell phone. She's trying to get the hell out of there. Watch this. This camera guy, you hear that shot, right? The camera guy is going to go in a position and watch. And this really should be turned over by the police department. Now he turned off his camera and now he's going in other areas, and watch what he does. See this up here? He points up there. Now watch. Now, mind you, when we go back here, mind you, wait a minute, I want to see something here. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. I'm trying to see something. I want to slow this down. Let me turn off this for a minute. I want to show you guys something, because they're trying to say we did this. Well, not we. I wasn't there. But they're trying to say that. Okay. Let me see this right here. That's right. Okay. Now, do you guys know what a martyr is? Do you know what a martyr is? Okay. A martyr is somebody that will take it for the kipper. Okay. Now watch. Now watch. He's trying to fight them off. They're still spraying their pepper spray. Let me get it a little bit faster because it's taking too long. Okay. Well, maybe not doing. Okay. Now, mind you, this person here is carrying this coat looking thing. But this person here's got a mega hat on that was seen with these guys walking up here. Okay. This person was seen with these guys. And it's not hard to say, spray me, but don't spray my face. Now, let's get this moving because I want to show you something. This person that did this video should have literally sent it to the cops. Okay. He's got it in slow motion. There she goes. But Antifa's not throwing her down. Antifa's not beating her up. They're walking past her. She runs up to here. They're going over this way. How come they're not running up the hill after that person? Now, see, that was the one in the mega hat that was walking with them, her. How come they ain't running up the hill after her? But they're following the guy with the flag. Are you seeing what I'm saying? This is not your Trump person. This is the person that was walking along with them when they came out to attack the rally. I mean, the people that were marching. And he makes sure he hits the arrow. They leave that woman who is on foot, and they're going over and trying to stop the cars from leaving and beating up the cars and throwing stuff at the cars. But here there's this woman on foot who they could be getting right now, but they're not, because that was an Antifa. Now, this person running the camera is going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. This person here does not say another word, another angle. Well, I guess you would be. I'm thinking this person owns this channel is Antifa. Oh my. You hear the gun there, points down here. Right there. See the guy running? See this guy running? Pay attention to what I'm showing you, okay? Oh my. Right here. He's going to start running. See? He's running. Now, isn't it something that they're doing a crime with guns? They're dressed in black pants, black shirt. Oh, let me get back over there. Dressed in, and this guy's coming around the side. Dressed in black pants, black shirt. He's got a gun in his hand. He just did a crime. He's the one that took off running from the bushes that you just seen. So why are they letting this guy just stand there and film them and follow them? Because it's an Antifa. The person that owns this channel and the person that owns this video is Antifa. Busted. Pulling them back. She's got something in her hand. It looked like a gun. Antifa. And look, black pants, black shoes, black pants, black shirt. This is an Antifa. Okay. These are 3 Antifas. Ready to dodge it? You ready to dodge it? You ready to dodge? Antifa. So Antifa's walking around these 2 mega people. Okay. So here you are. They're provocateurs. They did the shooting and they're wearing mega hats. So it looks like mega voters, Trump voters did it. And the person filming this, I can guarantee, is an Antifa too. I can guarantee it. So here you are. You got an Antifa walking around them and not knocking them down or beating them up or anything. Right there. What kind of car is it? What kind of truck is that he just left? Hold on. It's his truck. So look at that door. So he's the one with the dog. Okay. Antifa. And there's your mega hats that come around the side while Antifa's standing there. These are not mega voters. This video shows you the idiot that's filming this is an idiot. Because guess what? He's been busted. He's not saying a word. He's making sure he catches everything. See, a lot of people, there's some people that are just so narcissistic that they actually got to make it about themselves. And he's asking for money. Dig this, guys. This jackass that did this video is asking for money. The common sense conservative. He's not a conservative, I can tell you that. Be sure to check out Conservative Wire. And then he's got another YouTube channel. If you want to help support us continue filming, you can do it at any of the links below. Well, look at that. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. They're even on Parler. So see, here you go. Check out the new social media I will be moving to when it is fully up and running. Now, I want to know why he's allowed to walk around them and film a crime and nothing's happening to this man. So here's the mega people, wearing the mega hats, Make America Great hats. He looked right at the camera guy. Watch that. He knows the camera guy. He looks right at him. Okay, now watch. Now watch. They're going to come from around here. He's going to go talk to him. You tell the guy filming is new at this. Well, they're not mega people. They're the ones, they're pretending to be because they're not. They wanted people to say that it was mega people who shot the guns. Now, watch this guy here come walking around as he's putting the gun in his pocket. He looks right at the guy filming. Watch. Right now, he'll look right at him. See, he knows him. Perfect shot right here. And look at him point up to here. What for? He's the one with the gun. No. See, they don't want you. No. He's putting the gun in his pocket. This is Antifa. Why the arrow pointing to this, guys? They know exactly what's going on. See how they're looking? There he goes, right there. They went and got in the car and he's leaving with them. And they did get her in the face. That's what happens. Look at this guy with the white hood on his head. See them gun? See that gun? These are your Antifa. So this guy right here, I'm going to hand this over to, not the FBI, that's for sure. But I'm going to get a hold of, hell, guys, who do we turn this over to? Who do we turn this over to? No, see, I find it funny when patriots pull a gun. You know what? No, I find it kind of bullshit when we have as much researchers as we have here. Okay, you're an Antifa. Them two shotguns, and he looked right at the camera guy. Camera guy didn't flinch. Camera guy didn't say nothing. I can guarantee the person doing this is a freaking Antifa member. So there you have it. It wasn't mega people who did this. That woman, she knew damn well she was going to get sprayed. That's why she turned her head and stood there and let him spray her. I get sprayed, I'm going to try to get my ass out of the way. She went up the hill. They didn't get her and grab her and beat the hell out of her like they did everyone else. I mean, you've seen the videos of the very first mega rally where they were beating up people and scaring the hell out of little children. They don't have any sense of compassion for nobody. So that was a whole setup there, a whole complete setup. And they're going to try to say that Trumpsters did it. Today's hearing was a pretty good hearing. We have Republican people standing up. They're actually saying no more. No more. So what's about to go down, and word is out that General Flynn and some other governors are asking for Trump to invoke the executive order he signed in December of 2018. Because let me see it here. Let me find it real quick. Let's see. Well, I'm looking for it. This is something you can be seeing. What? Look here. Let me get going. Okay.
The American story is one of true exceptionalism. It's built on the greatest ideas in history. This victory tonight, it's about you. It's about defining those. Sorry, folks. I'll be right back. What do we got?
Well, it's not over in Georgia. Senate races went to a runoff.
What are we up against?
You'll never believe this.
Far-left activists are attempting to gain full and total control of the U.S. government.
That we secure a Democratic Senate majority so that we don't have to negotiate in that way.
Should these Senate seats be lost, all will be lost.
You supported the Green New Deal. You supported Medicare for all.
Your mission will be to rally support across Georgia behind these American patriots, Senator Perdue and Senator Loeffler. They must win.
What's our situation on the ground?
We have two patriots down there, Senator Loeffler and Senator Perdue. Great fighters with a great message. They just need a little backup. Last question. Who do you want to bring?
Bring everyone.
What's the situation at DLC?
Good evening, sir. Rather lovely form, if I may say so. But we do have a small problem at the landing zone. So-called anti-fascists, an ironic term given their propensity to, well, act like fascists, are patrolling the area. Recommend we shift north 3 kilometers. How does that sound?
Negative. I want to say hello to the greeting party. What's the bearing?
Always one for a bit of drama. 90 degrees from your current heading. Be well, sir.
Man, where is this guy?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be dark soon.
Where is that pirate?
Oh, alright.
I don't even know why I'm so angry, you know? Oh, the news told us to be.
So That I thought was pretty cool. But I wanted to show you something else real quick. And I'm sorry I'm doing this late tonight. I ain't been feeling well. I'm on my second bout of antibiotics. But I want to get this stuff out. I also want to show you something here. This stuff you cannot literally make up. Okay. Let me find it here. I think this is it. Okay. I've been following Milo. Okay. And some of you know who Milo is. And I've been watching, because you got to go and you got to actually watch and listen to what they have to say. Okay. It's a given. And I'm through so many different channels of people and all kinds of different avenues and different social medias trying to keep up with exactly what is going to go down and what's going to happen. Now, some people are running with old news and some people aren't. Now, Lee Ray has been putting out some stuff, but there's this one person I go listen to, and I will put all these in the comment section below so you guys can go see it. But Trump is being asked to literally bring martial law. And then there's people who says, I don't want martial law. They're not going to keep me locked up. You're going to have to give up something to get something, because this is bigger than you and I. This whole mess is bigger than you and I. I watched that hearing today, me and my husband. We put it on the big screen, flat screen in the front room, and we sat on the couch and we watched it. I'm going to tell you right now, this is way bigger than me and you and Trump. Okay, it's huge. You won't believe what they're trying. This is a coup, and people are starting to use that now. The DNI, okay, Office of the DNI, had posted right here. The DNI oversees the U.S. intelligence community and Sevier as principal advisor to the president on intelligence issues, and you can follow Radcliffe, okay? So right here, where did it say that? I want to show you where he's seen it. Talks about the interference. Okay, right here it says Amanda Soch, ODNI, Director of Strategic Communications. This afternoon, the DNI was notified by career intelligence officials that the intelligence community will not meet the December 18th deadline. No, don't look like it, does it? Set by executive order and Congress. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell does that mean? Set by the executive order in Congress. So I'm going down and I'm reading this, and I'm reading. I'm like, okay, so tell me some more. Tell me what I need to hear. Tell me what I'm looking for, what I need to hear. Okay. And it looks to be, if I'm correct, it's about to go down. It's seriously about to go down. And if that's the case, we have generals that were retired or fired because Obama fired hundreds of generals. He was cutting paychecks of military people and soldiers and everything. And so I'm trying to figure out, Radcliffe warns China using gene editing to boost. Director National Intelligence John Radcliffe discussed China's efforts to strengthen its military. Right now, they're right next door in Canada. Sure are. Hundreds, thousands of them in Canada. So Radcliffe, right here, hold on. Got to hear it from the man himself. Okay.
Thing that really struck me is that U.S. intelligence shows that China has conducted human testing on military power. The U.S. intelligence shows that China is conducting human testing on members of the People's Liberation Army in hopes of developing soldiers with biologically enhanced capabilities.
Are you hearing? Oh, God. Are you hearing that? Let me get it back up there. This is scary, guys.
One thing that really struck me is that U.S. intelligence shows that China has conducted human testing on military power. The U.S. intelligence shows that China is conducting human testing on members of the People's Liberation Army in hopes of developing soldiers with biologically enhanced capabilities. There are just no ethical boundaries to this. In other words, they want to create new humans that can handle extreme weather, handle chemical attacks. Is that right?
So one of the things I did in this piece was to work hard to try and get information declassified to a level that I could talk about. And one of the things you just mentioned, it's called gene editing. It's altering DNA. And it's one of the things that our intelligence shows that China is doing. They've got the PRC, the People's Republic of China, has 2 million strong in its military, and it's trying to make them stronger through gene editing. And that's just one of the ways that, China is trying to essentially dominate the planet and set the rules in the world order. And why it's so important and people need to understand is this is an authoritarian regime. It doesn't care about people's individual rights. We've seen what they've done to the Uyghurs. We've seen what they've done in Hong Kong. It's about putting the state first. And that is the exact opposite of what has always made America great. Individual liberties, freedoms, free enterprise, those things are all at stake if China dominates.
Did you hear what he said? If China dominates, okay? Ratcliffe is the head of this office right here, Office of the DNI Department. It's an intelligence. I'm asleep. Anyway, I was reading this stuff and I'm like, this is like a Hollywood horror. It's like a Hollywood horror. How much more of freak my shit, sorry, Lord, do I got to have? This is not cool. This is, we're in trouble. And we need Trump to invoke that executive order. And people need to quit being big ass babies and allow the man to do what he's got to do. That's why he signed that order. I'm telling you, this is a coup. They want to take totally over. And they're coming after Trump voters. They're coming after Trump. You got that woman off Will and Grace. What's her name? Her last name's Messi. She's hoping Trump gets raped in prison. Are you kidding me? They're the most vicious people, the lefts, the liberals. They're the most vicious and out. I just don't understand it. And disputing Trump, Barr says no widespread election fraud. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Trump, alive, banned from Justice Department after seeking sensitive election intel report. Yeah, not kidding you. Okay, we're finding out more about him. We're finding out more about Barr. I suggest that they get their ass running. I'm running out of this country. It'd be their best bet because it's going to go down and it's not going to go down good. So, and then I want to show you something else. Where is it? This is not the person. Let me see. No, not that one. Okay. Let me see something here. I wanted you to see this. Let me see if this is it. No, that's not it. This is it. Oh, this might be it. Okay. You guys go follow this guy here. I can't follow because I'm still in Twitter jail for 3 more days and so many hours. I can't. Yeah, I'm in Twitter jail. Okay, anyway, you need to follow him because he's keeping up with everything, okay? It says the solar wind hack is a huge deal. Now, pay attention why it's a huge deal, okay? Pay strict attention why it's a huge deal. 1, so the solar wind hack is a huge deal. 2, FBI, CISA, CISA, ODNI, formed a new Cyber Unified Coordination Group, UCG, okay, to unify the government and address the hack. Entire intelligence community is working on this. Is this why EO1, and I don't know what these numbers are, is delayed? The smoking gun, okay? Is the solar winds hack a digital Pearl Harbor? Now listen to this right here. It says the solar wind hack, if proven to be done, pay attention. We got China already strategically putting the soldiers where he needs to put them. How much was Purdue paid? to allow China to come in and do that. China is all up in here too, big time. Mitch McConnell's married to China. Mitch McConnell, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. The solar wind hack is proven to be done by the nation's state, will likely be considered an act of war. I think it's going to come down to that. I think it's actually going to come down to that. It behooves the intelligence community to spend a bit more time investigating before essentially forcing POTUS to declare war on a whichever nation state may be responsible. And it looks like China is responsible, and there's talks of Iran as well. Okay. So go over, and I'm trying to show you guys this because they'll probably take a lot from us before it's over. I want you to go over, and his name's Ron, and it's at Code Monkey Z. Follow him. Follow this guy. I want you to follow. Oh yeah, this here. Mitch McConnell received donations from voting machine company lobbyist. Yeah, he did. They donated to him. It's not a surprise to me that Mitch McConnell is receiving these campaign contributions. He seems single-handedly to be standing in. Well, hold on. I know I got it up here. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Mitch McConnell received donations from the voting machine. See how many pages are up here? You guys think I'm kidding? No, I sit and read and try to figure out what the hell's going on. And we're in a coup. If you look at the situation and you pay attention to what I'm telling you, we are in a coup. And this is a fight for our freedom and a fight for our lives. Because they're coming after us, Republican. They don't want no more Republican. We're the only thing stopping the New World Order from taking place. So right here, it says Mitch McConnell received donations from, and this is from Newsweek, Mitch McConnell received donations from voting machine lobbyists before blocking election security bills. Are you kidding? Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell squashed 2 bills intended to ensure voting security on Thursday, just one day after former special counsel Robert Mueller warned that Russians were attempting to sabotage the 2020 presidential election as we sit here. Now, let me ask a question. When is Russia going to quit getting blamed? I mean, they blame the Russian collusion, and that's what gets me, guys. They blamed the Russian collusion back in 2016, and they they wanted it investigated for 4 years. They investigated that hoax. We're now showing proof that this election was stolen. We're showing proof. And they're telling us nothing to see here. Move along. Are you kidding me? No, this is war. So here, Mitch McConnell, he's not going to run next year. McConnell said he wouldn't allow a vote on the bills because they were so partisan. But as previously reported earlier this year, McConnell received a slew of donations from 4 of the top voting machine lobbyists in the country. Clearly, this request is not a serious effort to make it law. Clearly, something so partisan that it only receives one single solitary Republican vote in the House is not going to travel through the Senate by unanimous consent, said McConnell on the Senate floor. Why are they taking donations from companies? Why are they doing what they're doing? We had a man sit in that hearing today and call all the people liars. I mean, he's seen the proof. They all got to see the proof before they do a hearing. And he said they have no evidence. They're liars. The plans would likely burden the 2 largest electronic voting machine vendors in the United States, election systems and software and dominion voting systems, with new regulations and financial burdens. Together, the companies make up about 80% of all voting machines used in the country, and both have far-reaching lobbying arms in Washington, D.C. Many of the lobbyists have contributed to the McConnell campaign, reported Sludge last month, an investigative outlet that focuses on money and politics. And Barr says there was no, right here. I'll be darned. Boy, look at that money. Good Lordy mercy. Jeez, he got a lot of money. Oh, but nothing to see here, right, folks? So you see why Mitch McConnell turned rhino. Now you know this is not going to go down like you think it is. Now I want to show you something else. Pompeo, and this is funnier than crap. Pompeo decides he's gonna go to 2020, and it's the National Governors Association winter meeting 2020. And he decides he's going to do a little speech, but he pretty well lets the governors know which ones he's kind of letting them know, we know who you are. Has been doing dealings with foreign entities. China, the CCP. Watch this. Oh my God.
Television provider.
Watch this.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo gave the keynote address at the National Governors Association winter meeting in Washington, D.C. He spoke for just over 15 minutes.
Yes, yes, Pastor Mo. He is married to a China woman. Isn't that something? And supposedly there is a whole slew of China women being trained how to be spy material over in Canada, and they're infiltrating into our country. Sure is. I'm not lying. I'll have a piece on that in a minute. Somebody's told I heard it on a video, and I'll go get the video in just a minute, but I want you to hear this. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Chinese women over there, and they're training to be spies. And I got the guy's video. I'll bring it up in a minute.
Thank you, Governor Hogan, Governor Cuomo. Nice to see you. It's great to be here with you all. I was watching basketball on my phone on the way in. Auburn 91, LSU 90.
And mind you, this is priceless. I'm going to show you in a minute.
That's a final in overtime. Yes, exactly. I was reminded you said I'm the 70th Secretary of State. It always reminds me President Trump is the 45th President of the United States. So there is a lot more turnover in my gig than there is in his. So it's good to be with you today. I do want to thank Governor Hogan and the Vice Chair, Governor Cuomo, and everyone else here at NGA for hosting me here today. It's a hard act to follow, following the President's State of the Union address the other night. I have no medals of freedom to distribute here today, nor am I passing out copies, so you can't tear them up when I'm done. I've gotten to know some of you as I've traveled throughout the states. I've probably traveled inside the country more than many secretaries of state. It's something they usually don't do as much. I think it's important that the American people understand what our diplomats are doing around the world and why we're doing it.
Now watch.
So I just wanted to mention that if you see me in your state, I'm not lost. I know your state has not seceded from the Union. I know where I am. Although I know there's some folks in California.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. They're wondering, what the hell is he doing? This guy looks scared. You're going to see him in a minute. He's going to turn into a bobblehead. I kid you not. Cuomo's going to turn pissed off.
Who are clamoring for Cal exit. So President Newsom, I look forward to working with Secretary of State Feinstein when that comes to be. I can get away with California jokes. I grew up in Southern California. My dad still lives in the same house I grew up in Orange County. It's a wonderful place. Last year,
here it goes.
Last year,
Wait
I received an invitation.
Here it goes.
To an event that promised to be, quote, an occasion for exclusive deal making. It said, quote, the opportunities for mutually beneficial economic development between China and our individual states are tremendous, end of quote. Deal making sounds like it might have come from President Trump, but the invitation was actually from a former governor. I was being invited to the U.S.-China Governors Collaboration Summit. It was an event co-hosted.
U.S. governors, you hear that? With the word China in that sentence.
By the National Governors Association and something called the Chinese People's Association for Friendship and Foreign Countries. Sounds pretty harmless. What the invitation did not say is that the group I just mentioned, is the public face of the Chinese Communist Party's official foreign influence agency.
Are you hearing
the
this?
United Front Work Department. Now, I was lucky. I was familiar with that organization from my time as the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. But it got me thinking, how many of you made the link between that group and Chinese Communist Party officials? What if you made a new friend while you were at that event? What if your new friend asked you for introductions to other politically connected and powerful people?
Look at look at this guy here. Oh my God, this is a Hawaiian. I'm hoping that's what he is. Watch this guy's face, Governor Edwards of Louisiana. Watch.
A new friend while you were at that event.
Goes.
What if your new friend asked you for introductions to other politically connected and powerful people?
Look at the people's faces.
What if your new friend offered to invest big money in your state, perhaps in your pension, in industries sensitive to our national security?
Where you see Como?
These aren't hypotheticals. These scenarios are all too true, and they impact American foreign policy significantly. Indeed, last year, a Chinese government-backed think tank in Beijing produced a report that assessed all 50 of America's governors on their attitudes towards China. They labeled each of you friendly, hardline, or ambiguous.
Hold on. They labeled all the governors.
Indeed, last year, a Chinese government-backed think tank in Beijing produced a report that assessed all 50 of America's governors on their attitudes towards China. They labeled each of you friendly, hardline, or ambiguous. I'll let you decide where you think you belong. Someone in China already has.
Wow.
Many of you, indeed, in that report are referenced by name. So here's the lesson.
This is a killer. Look at the faces. Look at these guys. Look at, oh my God. Look at, it's called tribunal, bitches. I'm just saying. Look at that. They're scared.
The lesson is that competition with China is not just a federal issue. It's why I wanted to be here today, Governor Hogan. It's happening in your states with consequences for our foreign policy, for the citizens that reside in your states, and indeed for each of you. And in fact, whether you're viewed by the CCP as friendly or hardline, know that it's working you. Know that it's working the team around you. Competition with China is happening inside of your state, and it affects our capacity to perform America's vital national security functions. I want to set the context today for this topic.
Look
at the end of the Cold War,
Look at Como.
America started to...
Look at Como. Look at Como. I'm not kidding you. If that ain't a deer in the headlight, look, I don't know what is. We got Bobble looking down and looking over, looking down, looking over. He don't know how to act. This guy looks serious. He's like, shit, they know. Look at Como. You know he's been bought. You know he has.
Security functions. I want to set the context today for this topic. At the end of the Cold War, America started to engage with China heavily. It made good sense. We thought that the more we interacted, the more it would become like a liberal democracy, like us here in the United States. It didn't happen. And you all know this. Indeed, under Xi Jinping, the country is moving exactly in the opposite direction. More repression, more unfair competition, more predatory economic practices, indeed, a more aggressive military posture as well.
Exactly.
But you should know, this doesn't mean we can't do business with China. I had an operation when I ran Century International. We had a small office in Shanghai. We can find places to cooperate when our interests converge. You can see that in the first part of the trade deal that President Trump got done, signed last month. We're happy about that. It was the right thing to do. That was indeed a deal that was good for both the United States and China. And these economic ties are powerful. They're important and good. They're good for your state. They're good for America. Look at the nearly 18 tons of medical supplies the United States just flew to China this past week to help fight the coronavirus. Yesterday, we announced more than $100 million in assistance to China and the countries that are affected by that virus. And on that note, too, I want to take just a moment to note, I want to send my condolences to the loved ones of the United States citizen who fell victim to the coronavirus in Wuhan over the last days. Of course, at the federal level, the state level lead with respect to a set of issues. Most of you in the audience have not been lobbied by the Chinese Communist Party happening. It's happening.
Look at the faces on the, oh, look at her. Oh, poochy face, poochy face. They're all getting caught. Isn't that Texas?
Happening in your state. In fact, I'd be surprised if most of you in the audience have not been lobbied by the Chinese Communist Party directly. Chinese Communist Party friendship organizations like the one that I referenced earlier are in Richmond, Minneapolis.
The woman was Arkansas.
Jupiter, Florida, and many other cities around the country. But sometimes China's activities aren't quite that public, and I want to talk about some of that today. Let me read you an excerpt of a letter from a Chinese diplomat. It was China's consul general in New York, sent a letter last month to the speaker of one of your state legislatures. Here's what the letter said in part. It said, quote, "As we all know, Taiwan is part of China. Avoid engaging in any official contact with Taiwan, including sending congratulatory messages to the electeds, introducing bills and proclamations for the election, sending officials and representatives to attend the inauguration ceremony, and inviting officials in Taiwan to visit the United States." End of quote from the letter. Think about that. You had a diplomat from China assigned here to the United States, a representative of the Chinese Communist Party in the New York City, sending an official letter urging that an American elected official shouldn't exercise his right to freedom of speech. Let that sink in for just a minute. And this isn't a one-off event. It's happening all across the country. Chinese consulates in New York, in Illinois, in Texas, and 2 in California, bound by the diplomatic responsibilities and rights of the Vienna Convention, are very politically active at the state level, as is the embassy right here in Washington, D.C. Maybe some of you have heard about the time when the Chinese consulate paid the UC San Diego students to protest the Dalai Lama. Or last August, when a former governor, Phil Bryant of Mississippi, received a letter from a diplomat in the council's office in Houston threatening to cancel a Chinese investment if the governor chose to travel to Taiwan. Phil went anyway. Last year, a high school in Chicago disinvited a Taiwanese representative to serve on a climate panel after Chinese pressure. You know, it's one thing to pressure the Secretary of State of the United States of America. It seems quite something else to go after a high school principal. It shows depth. It shows systematization. It shows intent. Chinese Communist Party officials, too, are cultivating relationships with county school board members and local politicians, often through what are known as sister cities programs. Look, this Chinese competition is something you all know. It sits in the back of your mind, but you have many duties, and you are busy people. But this competition is well underway, and while these might seem like local matters to some, the cumulative effect is of enormous national importance and international significance. Of course, too, our public educational institutions are another arena of competition with China. I know, governors, you don't run these institutions on a day-to-day basis, but you often have impact on the people that do. The FBI director, and I think the Attorney General too, talked yesterday about something called the 1,000 Talents Plan. It's a plan to recruit scientists and professors to transfer the know-how we have here to China.
Yep.
In exchange for enormous paydays. The program's probably targeted campuses in your state. Indeed, the Department of Justice has indicted professors in my home state at the University of Kansas and at Virginia Tech and at Harvard. A Texas A&M investigation reportedly discovered more than 100 academics participating in Chinese talent recruitment plans. Only 5 of them had declared that they were participating in this program. And goodness knows what else we've not discovered.
Oh, hold on.
There are.
He just now said it right there, and this backs up what the other person said. that they are training young Chinese women to infiltrate this country as spies. I don't know if that's true. I don't really tell you the truth. Like I said, this sounds like a Hollywood horror, guys. This don't sound like it's real, but it is. Can anything shock us anymore?
100 academics participating in Chinese talent recruitment plans. Only 5 of them had declared that they were participating in this program. And goodness knows what else we've not discovered. There are indeed very credible reports of Chinese government officials pressuring Chinese students studying right here in the United States of America to monitor fellow Chinese students and to report back to Beijing. One very prominent pro-democracy Chinese student on a college campus in the Northeast last year received death threats for exercising his right to free speech. The FBI became involved. Make no mistake about it. We want talented, young Chinese students to come study in the United States of America. I see it at Wichita State University. These are wonderful young people. We ought to encourage them to be here. But they shouldn't have to fear the long arm of Beijing, which often reaches out via groups like the Chinese Students and Scholars Association. Look, that's just one of many campus groups directly influenced by the Chinese Communist Party and its representatives right here in the United States. Many of you are familiar with Confucius Institutes. Confucius Institutes purport to have the sole purpose of teaching Mandarin language skills and Chinese culture. A bipartisan Senate committee found last year in 2019 that the Chinese Communist Party controls nearly every aspect of the Confucius Institute's activities here in the United States. Over the past few months, the University of Missouri, the University of Kansas, the University of Maryland have independently decided to close down their Confucius Institutes after conducting their own reviews.
Boom, boom.
And schools in 22 other states are doing or have already done the same. Sadly, China is...
I'm sorry, but faces states they're telling on themselves, man. It's like, wow. Oh, shit.
Propaganda campaign starts even earlier than college. China has targeted K-12 schools through its Confucius Classrooms, the CCP's program, to influence kids at elementary, middle, and high schools around the world. Do you know that we have no ability to establish similar programs in China? I'm sure that doesn't surprise you. President Trump's talked about reciprocity in trade. We should have reciprocity in all things. Today, they have free reign in our system, and we're completely shut out from theirs.
Exactly.
As of 2017, there were 519 of these classrooms in the United States. Beijing knows that today's kids are tomorrow's leaders. The China competition is happening. It's happening in your states, and it's a competition that goes to the very basic freedoms that every one of us values. And when it comes to doing business, I'm asking you to adopt a cautious mindset. In the words of President Reagan, when you're approached for introduction or a connection to a deal, trust but verify. I know you all have power over pension funds or the people that run them. As of its latest public filing, the Florida retirement system is invested in a company that in turn is invested in surveillance gear that the Chinese Communist Party uses to track more than 1 million Muslim minorities. California's pension fund, the largest public pension fund in the country, is invested in companies that supply the People's Liberation Army, that puts our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines at risk.
Exactly.
And is the case for many Chinese companies too. No Sarbanes-Oxley. Their books are not wide open. So it's difficult to know if the transaction that's being engaged in is transparent and fair and follows the rule of law. Now, all of these things may well be legal. But the question is, do they demonstrate good judgment and preserve America's national security? I want to urge vigilance on the local level too. In the District of Columbia, there have been concerns raised that the new metro cars manufactured by China could be vulnerable to cyber threats. So again, it's worth trusting but verifying there are federal officials prepared to help you work your way through these challenges when they arise. Don't make separate individual deals and agreements with China that undermine our national policy. I know none of you would do so intentionally. Let us help you make sure we're getting it right. We're here to help. The Trump administration wants to help. There are so many things we have already done, Last year, we issued a letter to state governments. It reaffirmed that Taiwan remains a key business partner and a friend in every other way. We've strengthened the review process for Chinese companies that are investing in your states. We've revoked visas for so-called research scholars who abused their privileges by teaching at Confucius classrooms and made sure that they departed the United States. We've banned scientists from the Department of Energy, which oversees America's 17 largest labs, including our nuclear research facility in New Mexico. We did so because they were participating in Chinese talent recruitment programs. We've directed 2 Chinese propaganda outlets, the Chinese Global Television Network and Xinhua News Agency, to register as foreign agents. And we at the State Department have started to require Chinese diplomats to comply with the same rules we comply with when we're in China.
Exactly.
Chinese diplomats now must notify the State Department in advance of official meetings with state and local officials. They must declare their official visits to U.S. educational and research institutions as well. This is just fairness, reciprocity, basic common sense. This is not an onerous restriction to put on China. Look, I know it's 2:30 on a Saturday afternoon. There were lots of good things we could do. I hope you will all take on board what I've said today. You all have important missions leading your states. These are complex, difficult jobs. You have the task to create jobs and opportunity in your state for your people, attract human capital investment that undergirds our prosperity. It's a tough job, and you get curveballs every day from all across the place. But don't lose sight of the competition from China that's already present in your state. Let's all rise to the occasion and protect our security, our economy, indeed all that we hold dear, all of those freedoms. It's what leaders must do. It's what we do as Americans. God will bless each and every one of you, each of your states in the United States of America. Thank you for letting me be with you here this afternoon.
Okay, so you heard him, and you should have seen their faces. They were like, "Oh my God!" And China knows who you are, which category you fit. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is that we have to keep. I'm looking at what I have up here. We have to keep it. This woman here. Okay, did you guys hear about this? This is State Senator Amanda F. Chase. She's asking for the president to invoke that executive order. She wants him to call off martial law. She wants Biden stopped from going any further than what he's gone. Okay, this is a coup that's happening. Right here is breaking. Catherine Heritage reports DNI John Ratcliffe confirmed there was foreign election interference by China, Iran, Russia in November. He confirms it. This is the guy that's ahead of the DNI, and he confirms it. Okay, right here. He confirms they were China, Iran, and Russia. Can't make this stuff up.
What did Ratcliffe say about election fraud and interference?
Well, DNI Ratcliffe leads the 17 intelligence agencies, and he has access to the most highly classified information that is held by the U.S. government. And he told CBS News that there was foreign election interference by China, Iran, and Russia in November of this year. And he is anticipating a public report on those findings in January.
What did Ratcliffe say about election fraud and interference?
Okay. Anyway, so there you have it, guys. I mean, this is this is not going to go away. There is not going to be a Biden in office. I can tell you that now. It is not going down that way. Not happening. And I'm trying to find that what I've seen on the Chinese women are training to be spies. I don't know if Lynn would put it out or if it was someone else, but it was after a post with Waswell. And they mentioned it during that post. And I'm trying to find it. And if I can't find it, I will find it and put it in the comment section below. That's for sure. Sidney Powell is still out there. She's still working hard. The lawyers and attorneys are still working hard. What I heard today, okay, what I heard today was unbelievably a masterpiece of just pointing out what is fraud and what's happening. And here, Chinese has been infiltrated into our world, and I'm saying our world. I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about our country. This is our world right here. This is our little piece of the world. And they're infiltrated into our schools. They infiltrated into our, I'm not kidding. I mean, China eyes demand side reforms over stimulus measures to boost domestic consumption economy for their country. And here we can't even get Pelosi to let up. And the checks aren't going to be that big from what I'm told. I think they're going to be a little smaller if they made a deal. But Pelosi and her family stood to make money off the checks. That's a given. So I'm trying to find it where I heard that about the Chinese women. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. I don't think that's it. Let me see here. I'm going to see that. Okay. I'll have to put it in the comment section because I know I've seen it because it was mentioned about him. He's married to a China woman. They mentioned it. And then they said how Intel says that there's women over in Canada, Chinese women being trained to be spies over here. I don't know if that they're getting with people. I don't know if they're just getting jobs. I don't know what it is. So don't ask me. I don't know. I'll have to look further into it to know what I'm talking about because I don't want to say something I'm not going to carry the whole full thing far. But this is really scary, guys, because here it's not just, and this is what you guys need to understand. This is not just, a situation going down where we're butthurt because we didn't get Trump in. This is not what that's about. That is not what this is about. And people need to get that right. But I wanted you to hear this piece right here. Okay. This, you can't make this stuff up. And this piece right here. And okay, let me see.
Bill Hemmer, Senate Homeland Security Committee, wrapping up a heated hearing on the so-called election irregularities. Just 2 days after the Electoral College certified the results for Joe Biden, the committee chair is Republican Senator Ron Johnson out of Wisconsin, says there are, quote, legitimate questions about the way the election was carried out. The committee's top Democrat argued the goal of today's hearing was to help President Trump cling to power. Now, they went back and forth a few times today. They touched on several issues. Here a part of how that went.
The fact that our last two presidential elections have not been accepted as legitimate by large percentages of the American public is a serious problem that threatens our republic.
I'm concerned that today's hearing will do more harm than good by confusing a few anecdotes about human error with the insidious claims the president has aired.
I just have to point out that the purveyors of Russian disinformation, Hillary Clinton's campaign, the DNC, the Steele dossier, the ranking member Peters accusing Senator Grassley and I of disseminating Russian disinformation, that's where the disinformation is coming.
Mr. Chairman, I got to respond to that. I mean, you're saying I'm putting out information. Well, one, I had nothing to do with this report.
You lied repeatedly. You lied repeatedly in the press that I was spreading Russian disinformation, and that was an outright lie. And I told you to stop lying, and you continue to do it.
Mr. Chairman, this is not about airing your grievances. I don't know.
Listen how they play. These liberals are up there fighting amongst each other. This is a coup. Are you not seeing what's going on? They want us to just lay down and take the slaughter. Just okay, you stole the election. So what? Okay, well, we'll get it back come next election. What they don't understand, and what I told my governor today on the phone, was you not getting it. We're not going to want to vote next year. I mean, next 2024. We're not trusting the system. We're going to get rid of the Democrat and the Republican parties, and we're having nothing to do with them anymore. We're going to cut them loose and let them just fly on their own. And we're going to make up our own damn party. That's what the talk is about. Because we've been watching how everyone goes up to them committee meetings and they get questioned and no one goes to jail. But if it was you or I, we'd go to jail. Ain't that something? Isn't that something? They can break laws, huge laws, and no one goes to jail. So now we're fighting back, and the liberals don't like that because now we're fighting back. Well, get over it. You tried to steal an election, you jackasses.
I don't know what rabbit hole you're running down.
You
right
talked
now.
about Russian
Going down rabbit
disinformation.
holes.
Senator Paul.
This is simply not what we're dealing with.
Well, it got our attention. Senator Ron Johnson chaired that hearing. He joins me now. And Senator, good afternoon to you.
Well, Bill, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas as well. 3 issues here. Number one on the election here. What did this hearing accomplish today on that?
Well, the goal of the hearing, contrary to what Senator Peters said, was to really try and resolve the suspicions around the election. We are in an unsustainable state of affairs in this country where you have large percentages of the American population starting in 2016. How many millions just simply would never accept the legitimacy of President Trump? And now fast forward, their guy wins. There are all kinds of legitimate concerns, irregularities that we need answers to. And the Democrats just want to sweep it under the rug. They called the hearing dangerous. No, I'm just trying to gather information, acknowledge that problem. And it is a serious problem when you don't have confidence, when such a high number of Americans don't have confidence in the legitimacy of the election. That's a problem we need to solve.
Okay, from
Bill,
your view,
the only way you solve it is with transparency and honest information.
From your view, did you get that done today, Senator?
I think we made some real progress. Most of the hearing was actually very civil. I think we had, Chris Krebs came. He was a Democrat witness, but I reached out to him. I actually wanted him as a witness myself. But he came, he talked. He's done some good work at CISA. But we also had attorneys for.
Now, Chris Krebs said that the Proud Boys threatened him personally. They came up with guns and they threatened him bodily. His family, him, the whole bit. A damn liar. Damn liar. So transparency. I'm glad that they're willing to be transparent. Now for the Natifa, this is a general, he's called Colonel T. Perez.
Buddy, I'm back. Today you got all of these spoiled bitch babies running up and down the street, parading weapons in their hands like the tough guys. Well, anybody can pick up a weapon and march with it. But it takes a whole lot more to use that weapon. A whole lot more than a lot of these little bitch babies care to give. So I got an idea. Let's call it.
Now, I will put this in the comment section. I'm not going to let him do it. No. He's challenging Antifa. I'm going to put that in the comment section. You guys can go finish listening to it if you want. But he's right. He's right about one thing that he talks about. The veterans of this country and those that are fighting in the, over in foreign places. Our veterans and the past generation of veterans, they have what they call a blood equality in this country. Do you know what a blood equality is? Where their brother or their sister had fallen, where they got murdered and killed in these wars they have no business being in, and their bodies being shipped back. It's called blood equality in this land. So I'm going to save this for you guys because I am not going to go down that avenue and play what he's about to say, because this is what I try to tell. This is what I told my governor today. It's getting scary. People are now ready to fight. They're not going to let Biden go in that office. And I think the Republicans know this. I think the senators know this. I think Mitch McConnell is a dumbass who had taken money from the Chinese. He's married to a Chinese woman. He took money from the voting machine lobbyist, which I think they shouldn't be able to meet behind closed doors at hotels and make these business deals, these lobby business deals. I think the lobbyists need to be outlawed, if you want my opinion. It kills me how you can start in and how much you want to make a bet that this woman, AOC, is going to be a millionaire in about 2 years, if not before that. See what I'm saying? It's a messed up situation. It's a tore up situation. And we're living it. And that really bothers me that we have this going on in our country. So John Radcliffe has said for a fact there was WAS, foreign election interference by China, Iran, and Russia in November. You can't make that up. We're in war, people. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse because now everybody is looking at, I'm going to have to fight it now. I can't run. I'm going to have to fight it. I kid you not.
F5's essential app.
So this one here, Senator Harley. Okay, I wanted you guys to hear this. This is my senator who we voted out Blunt, and we voted in this guy. And I want you guys to hear the senator from Missouri, what he has to say. Okay?
Lives who firmly believe that they have been
Hold on. All right.
Thanks to the witnesses for being here. I just want to say how important it is that we're having today's hearing. Let me just give you an example why. Yesterday, I was talking, I'm from the state of Missouri. Yesterday, I was talking with some of the constituents back at home, a group of about 30 people. Every single one of them told me that they felt they had been disenfranchised, that their votes didn't matter, that the election had been rigged. These are normal, reasonable.
I was one of them people. Me. I was one of them. I called his office. I was one of them people. Yeah, me. Just saying. I'm gonna get the pat on my back if I got to do it myself.
These are reasonable people, and who, by the way, have been involved in politics. They've won, they've lost, they've seen it all. These are normal folks living normal lives who firmly believe that they have been disenfranchised. And to listen to the mainstream press and quite a few voices in this building tell them after 4 years of nonstop Russia hoax, it was a hoax. It was based on, the whole Russian nonsense was based on, we now know, lies from a Russian spy. The Steele dossier was based on a Russian spy. After 4 years of that, being told that the last election was fake and that Donald Trump wasn't really elected and that Russia intervened. After 4 years of that, now these same people are told, you just sit down and shut up. If you have any concerns about election integrity, you're a nutcase. You should shut up. Well, I tell you what, 74 million Americans are not going to shut up, and telling them that their views don't matter and that their concerns don't matter and they should just be quiet is not a recipe for success in this country. It's not a recipe for the unity that I hear now the other side is suddenly so interested in after years of trying to delegitimize President Donald Trump. So suffice it to say, I'm not too keen on lectures about how Missourians and others who voted for President Trump and now have some concerns about fraud, about integrity, about compliance with the law should just be quiet and that they are somehow not patriotic if they raise these questions. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. Let me talk about the First Amendment. Judge Starr, I want to begin with you because I know that you have spent much of your life as a litigator defending the First Amendment. Have you ever seen anything like we saw in the closing days of the election when you had the biggest corporations in the history of this country, the most powerful corporations in the world, Facebook, Twitter, working with the Democrat campaign to suppress legitimate reporting on Hunter Biden, who we now know is under federal investigation for criminal wire fraud, tax evasion, other things? Have you ever seen anything in your career like that, Judge Starr, where we have these giant corporate conglomerates censoring and suppressing news directly bearing on an election weeks beforehand and doing it apparently in conjunction with one of the major political parties? Have you ever seen anything like that?
I think we live in a new age, and we need to go back to great lessons from constitutional law, as you well know, Senator Hawley, and Justice William Brennan, an icon of the Warren Court, saying that our democracy is based upon robust and uninhibited debate. And Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes saying, let's test things in the marketplace of ideas. You can't test places, ideas and theories unless you allow the marketplace of information communication to flourish.
Well said. I agree with that 100%. And, it's an extraordinary thing not to be able to get. I've had Jack Dorsey, Mark Zuckerberg under oath. We've asked them, did you coordinate with the Democrat campaign? How was it that within minutes of this story breaking, that both of those major corporate giants decided that they would suppress this story, and exactly what the Biden campaign wanted them to do? They won't answer questions. I've asked the FEC to determine whether or not this was an illegal campaign contribution on the part of these corporate entities. And I just can't fathom why anybody who cares about free speech in this country would be fine with these mega corporations controlling what people can and cannot say and trying to intervene in a presidential election.
Okay. And you heard what he had to say, right? I love this guy. I would vote for him as president. That's what Tom said too. He'd vote for him for president. It's what we got. Yeah, it's going on. And here's Michael Flynn, Daily Caller News Foundation. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn promoted a petition Tuesday calling on the president. He promoted a petition Tuesday calling on the president, Donald Trump, to temporarily suspend the U.S. Constitution, declare martial law, and order the military to oversee national revote for the 2020 presidential election. The petition, and he knows, he's worked around them, so he knows. Right here, freedom never kneels. I don't know what that is. Freedom never, would you stop? Freedom never kneels except for God. And he's calling on him to do that. Do you agree with Michael Flynn? I'm sorry, guys. I do agree. Because if we do not, then guess what? There's going to be a problem. 97% people agree. 97% people agree. Let's get this done. Good morning. Our country is headed to civil war. Our war created by third-party bad actors for their benefit, not for we the people. Communist China is leading the nefarious efforts to take away our freedom. Guys, it's going down. We're in war. We had a foreign entity trying to influence our hey, yo, check this out. Hold on. No, I don't want to check this out. I get in trouble for checking that out. I don't want to do. Okay, hold on. Let me get this done here because I'm going to be about ready to go. But I just wanted to get this out because I don't know how I'm going to be feeling. I've been really feeling sick lately. Okay, here we go.
I'm supporter of the president. Welcome back to Newsmax, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Greg. Good to be with you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed. It looks like you're in your office. I'm sorry. Are you in Ohio? Are you in Washington? What's going on?
No, we're in Washington.
There were some questions and doubts.
At the communication director's desk, Mr. Dye's desk.
So listen, we talked about earlier in the show what could happen when those electoral votes are presented in Congress. You need one member of the House and one senator to object, and then this thing kind of is blown somewhat wide open. Are you willing to step forward and do that?
Yeah, I think you're going to see several members of the House who are willing to step forward. Look, let's let the process play out. I mean, it was even Justice Ginsburg who said back in 2001, or 2000, that election, she said, the ultimate decision date, the ultimate date of significance,
living normal
is
life.
January 6th when the joint session of Congress comes
firmly
together
believe that they have been disenfranchised, and to listen to the mainstream press and quite a few voices in this building tell them after 4 years of nonstop Russia hoax, it was a hoax. It was based on the whole Russian nonsense was based on
we already heard you. Okay, so
trying to undermine the election of 2016, trying to throw President Trump out of office, but we can't follow the process for a few weeks. We can't follow the Constitution. We can't follow the law, And as you said earlier, the media has already figured it out and says you can't do this. We know we can. And in fact, Justice Ginsburg said so. So let's let that process play out. And frankly, a debate on the House floor would be good. That'd be healthy. The mainstream press hasn't covered what you guys have. The mainstream press hasn't covered these hearings that took place in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Arizona.
They're not touching nothing. I want you guys to see this. It's just sent to me. And this is true. If you go over on Twitter, you will see it. It's true. Okay. Lynn Wood, better to be safe than sorry. This came out December 13th. Make sure you have plenty of water, food, flashlights, and batteries, candles, radio, Second Amendment supplies. You know what that is. And a plan to meet with leaders of your communities. Remember, we only have one president at a time. Our leader at real Donald Trump, not Biden. If Biden would have won, and I've said this so many times, I'm blue in the face. If Biden would have won legitly, I would not have an issue with this man. If Biden would have done it legally, I would not have an issue. But he didn't. There's no getting around it. He didn't. Right now, we are in a very scary state. Our country's divided. There's never going to be unity again. I don't think there's going to be unity again. You want to know why? Because we've been divided for so long. And now we have South Africans over here chanting Black Lives Matter. And we know that Black Lives Matter is not a real organization that really cares about Black lives. And these are the same Africans, South Africans, that are killing the farmers over there and brutally murdering them. That's over here. So call your governor's office and let them know. And this, if you want them here, then that's your business. I don't. We can't have refugees coming in here right now. You want to know why? Because we got to fix our own country first. Right now, we're working with a pandemic. Second thing is people are losing their jobs and their businesses. There's people that don't have food. There's people that don't even have Christmas to give to their children this year. There's people that are going on the street losing everything they got because of this COVID bullcrap that the president, me, Flynn, and everyone else, and Linwood, and all the other moral-minded people believe that COVID was used to steal this election. Fact. And it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. I don't know what to say to you guys. But I do know that we have a right. We have a right to have our votes. We have a right to be free. We have a right to have a free country. But I'm looking at social media and it's getting scarier and more scarier. And what really, and that's what I was telling my governor today, it's scary to watch social media unfold in front of my eyes. It's scary to watch social media and watch what people are typing in chat rooms and stuff and how they're actually going to try if you've just seen some of the comments I see and some of the stuff I see, it's scary. So Linwood puts out on December 13th, make sure you have plenty of water, food, flashlights and batteries, candles and radio, Second Amendment supplies, and a plan to meet with leaders of your communities.
Research shows.
I'm playing with my phone. I'm rolling it around and I turned on something. So this is what I'm saying to you guys. This is not conspiracy theorists. This is not lies that are being told. This is the truth. There is a coup going on in our country. And whether you have a plan or whether you don't have a plan. And he said, I gave food stamp. Trump just told the staff to get out of D.C. What? Hold on. President. Does anybody know about that? How does he know they said that? No, I'm not seeing anything there, but hold on. There's a way of doing this. If I can't get it through Google, screw Google. I'll go through Foxfire. How does food stamp know this? Do you guys know? Don't know. Okay, hold on here. Because I vet it before I'll talk about it. That's the only way I can do it. Okay, let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. Not now. Okay, let's go here. Okay, whoa, that's some golden green people. I'm telling, oh, that's all the same person. It's all the same person. Okay. Oh, no. Trump didn't say it. Look at this. Look at this. I'll be damned. Is it gonna? Okay. The House Intelligence Committee chair warns Trump loyalists they will share the responsibility. Okay, hold on. Adam Schiff urges Trump's own staff to walk out now while they can. The House Intelligence Committee chair warns Trump's loyalists they will share the responsibility for what's to come. Representative Adam Schiff urges Republicans working in the administration. They're not even supposed to leave yet till January 20th. So I don't know what. See, this is a coup. This is a freaking coup, guys. What the hell is he doing? Who is this freak? You notice how they're freakish looking? They are freakish looking. So Representative Adam Schiff urges Republicans working in the administration of President Donald Trump to walk away before it's too late. That's a threat. Is he threatening people? This is a moment that I would say to any Republican of good consequences working in the administration. It is time for you to resign. Schiff told MSNBC, okay, he told them, okay, on Wednesday, which was today, right? Earlier in the day, Trump refused to comment to a peaceful transition of power if he loses the November election, then attack the voting process. Ain't this something? The ballots are a disaster, Trump said. Get rid of the ballots and you'll have a peaceful there. Won't be a transfer. Frankly, there won't be any continuation. You go, Trump. Schiff's chair of the House Intelligence Committee said, it's clear what anyone with a conscience would work or has worked for Trump must do. If you have been debating about whether you can continue to serve the country by serving this president, you can't. It is time to resign. Guys, do you hear what is being said? These are coup words. These are words. These are not friendly. Let's unite words. These are coup words. I'm telling you, there's gonna be this. We're gonna go to militia, and that's what I told my governor. I said, I'm afraid militias are gonna start piling out of the freaking woodwork. That scares me, because once that starts, it's on. People prepare. I'm telling you, because we're not giving up. Trump's not giving up. He's got generals that are not giving up. He's not going to give up his country. He's not going to give up that job because he was voted for that job. It's these people, this cabal that is trying to take over. If you have been debating about whether you can continue to serve this country by serving this president, you can't. It is time to resign. And I would say to those who have been on the sidelines maintaining okay. So he's threatening Trump's people. Is that what I'm getting out of this thing? This jackass is threatening Trump's staff. Trump didn't steal no election. Wow. Okay, so no. Okay, so yeah, this ain't going to go down the way they want. This is not going to go down like they think. I'll be darned. Okay, so hold on here. So it wasn't Trump that told his staff to leave. It's Schiff that's telling the staff to leave. Am I getting that right? Yeah, I'm on the right track with that. Yeah. Okay, so let me ask a question here. Let's be perfectly clear. Who is he going to get to remove Trump and remove Trump's staff from there? Who is he going to get? The military? I mean, is he seriously going to get the military to remove them? I guess he could, couldn't he? I guess he could get the military to remove them, considering that he's replaced a lot of people in special positions and in the Pentagon. So let me see here. I'm trying to think. State police, maybe? No. So who would he get to? I'm serious. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Maybe these guys? So let's see. They're going to get these guys to do it. That are cheering for this president. They're going to get our military to do it. I don't think so. It was a standing ovation, people. Jumping. I mean, watch. So who's Adam Schiff going to get to take out and remove them from the White House? Oh man. That's just, oh man. Oh, Adam Schiff, you bug-eyed buggy. he going to call the Ghostbusters? Because he ain't going to get the military to do a damn thing for him. Oh, my God. You guys don't get it. You don't get it. And Mitch McConnell will be remembered as a jackass. All the good works he did, he destroyed them all in one sentence. We all know this election was robbed. There's videos everywhere. That's why they had a judge with very, very good portfolio of his life sitting in that hearing today. And that judge said they should have looked at it. They wouldn't even look at the evidence. This is a coup. That's how deep this swamp is. It's in our regular states. For instance, there's a person we all know. I'm not going to say her name. You probably know who she is. It got a protective order against her that shouldn't have been gotten against her. So she pretty well knows how the courts are and how anybody can lose their freedom and lose their title of who they are within seconds of a court. And you want my true opinion? She should have never had that put on her. She should have never had that put on her. So see, the judges that are corrupt, the mayors that are corrupt, the governors that are corrupt, it's up to us to keep them in check. Mitch McConnell is married to a Chinese woman, and yes, he has taken money from the voting machine lobbyists. So he's in bed with the, you know what? He better start worrying about himself. Was this his last plea to keep from being in trouble? Because our president and secretary of state and everybody else pretty well knows who is who and who got what and who's got what and who and when they got it and where they got it from. Damn right they do. So I employ my president. I employ my president. Hold on a minute, guys. Wait a second. No, I think I'm going to go. There's something happening outside. I'm going to go and go get my husband up. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys on another show.